When you first get into DEXL, it'll seem like there's all these new things that you're doing that you've never tried before. And so that may seem overwhelming. But for every new thing you have to learn, there's an old thing that you get to throw away.
So I have experience in the traditional teaching model where it's in person, and the downside of that really is a couple things. You have scheduling conflicts often. You have to be able to set aside days and times, which is one of the biggest inconveniences of the traditional model.
It was very rhythmic, very much follow this process and then this process and then this process, and don't veer away from that.
Traditionally, the online teaching model looks something like students have assignments that they have to complete each week, as well as discussion questions. Beyond that, there is very little flexibility to work with students and their life issues.
There really wasn't as much of a focus on the students' individual needs. There was really just a set curriculum and a set standard way to interact or help students on a regular basis. But there wasn't as much of the ability to insert my own personality and let students know that I'm caring about them and have a relationship with each individual student as there is in DEXL.
Managing your time as a student when you are working full-time and have children, or many of the other things our students are experiencing, is very difficult. And so the things that we have built into DEXL are made to allow those students to have just as great of an educational experience as anyone else.
I find that in DEXL I have students who are more willing to be engaged with me, but also it's a little bit more casual, which is great because it reduces pressure and students are much more likely to ask questions about particular topics, or if they need help, if they need assistance.
We attempt to present material through non-formal presentation methods, lots of videos, lots of presentations that are not the instructor standing in front of a classroom.
There's not really any lecture within the DEXL model. With DEXL, it's a conversation. It's talking about bringing a topic to the table and looking at everybody's viewpoints and discussing what's right, what's wrong.
A good many have commented that they are grateful for the flexibility because it's given them a chance to go to school where they might not otherwise have a chance.
A lot of the assignments are focused on real-world applications. For example, we have an assignment that asks them to research the job market. So even though it's their first class in the data analytics program, we want them to explore their opportunities that are going to be available to them once they graduate.
My students have to make a persuasive letter, but instead of the traditional English assignment, they're writing a letter to a girl who's deciding whether she should move for a job or not. And so they can truly place themselves in that situation when they're thinking about that. And I've gotten many comments back that they used what they learned in their research for their own job searches.
We've been trying to find ways to get the content to fit the real world situation. They're starting to see concepts that we could not have illustrated any other way.
It's about listening to what they're writing as well as what they're saying. It's about listening to what they're showing you in their assignment. Instead of thinking that you know what's going to happen in the classroom, DEXL is about really listening to what's happening in the classroom today, not what you think happened last term and what you think will happen again now. Every class is very different, every student's very different, and I think that that's what is different about a more flexible program.
It's an opportunity to get students out of their comfort zone, for us as faculty to get out of our comfort zone, to really make sure that when these students graduate and they're out there in the industry, they're fulfilling the purpose and the goals that they have. And knowing that we're adjusting to their needs versus trying to get students that are non-traditional to adjust to our needs or our processes based on a checkbox.
DEXL is really about I think flexibility. I think it's offering students a way to go to school and have the flexibility they need in their particular life.
DEXL is really about the students and their success.
My name's Brandy Beals, and I teach in the healthcare programs in DEXL.
My name is Claudine Dulaney, and I teach the introductory classes in the paralegal program.
Hi, I'm Tina Hammerton, and I teach English, psychology, sociology, and critical thinking.
My name is Kelvin Duvall, and I teach business courses and information technology courses.
My name is Curtis Craighead. I'm an instructor in the Paralegal Studies program.
My name is Suzanne Wolf, and I teach in the Business Administration and Data Analytics program in the DEXL model.